Welcome back to South Coast Radio, where we celebrate music that uplifts, inspires, and connects us all. So, last year in October, we had the pleasure of speaking with an incredible gospel artist whose passion for music and ministry truly shines through. From her roots in Atlanta, Georgia, to stages across the United States, she's built a powerful legacy of faith filled music. Known to many as the Hump Day Hymn Lady, she's back with a brand new release that takes us right back to the heart of worship. So let's welcome back Reneé Rowan Basel. Reneé, it's so wonderful to have you back with us. How have you been since we last spoken in October?
Oh, it's good to be back with South Coast. And you, Ryan, I have been great. Busy, busy, busy. But my saying is I'd rather be busy than bored.
That's really awesome and great to hear, Renee. Really great to hear from you once again. As I've mentioned, it's been a while. So, last time we chatted, you had just released It's Gonna Be Good. How was the response to that song?
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. In fact, it's still playing on some stations, and it hit number one
Wow.
for a few weeks in a row. So that was very exciting. So yeah, I think everyone loves it. They like the jive that it has, and it gets you
Yeah.
hooked right in.
Wow, that's really great stuff, Renee. So, you grew up surrounded by gospel music in church. How did those early experiences shape who you are as an artist today?
Well, I think that growing up around so many different styles of music,
Yeah.
uh, my roots in the church was gospel, very gospel, black gospel,
Mm-hmm.
and then my parents loved Southern gospel, and my dad and mom loved, the Carpenters and jazz music. So
Yeah.
we had all different kinds of music playing, and so
Wow.
I think that helped me just be able to do a little bit of everything and love every genre.
Really awesome stuff, Renee. And you've had such a rich journey from studying vocal performance to touring and working with incredible artists. What have been some defining moments for you?
I think just being able to go off the cuff
Yeah.
and be ready in season and out of season. You work with all different kinds of artists, and they may ask you to do something you haven't done in forever.
Yeah.
So you just need to be ready to go. And I learned that from working with these different artists who were so powerful and leaving a legacy that they have, that you want to just sit under them and just, be a sponge,
Yeah.
so to say, and just soak up everything you can learn from them,
From
and
them.
how to do different vocal techniques, how to have stage presence. Every little thing, just soak it up like you're sitting, like they're your tutors, even though they were your friends and colleagues.
Yes, that's great stuff, Renee. So you were part of the vocal group called Friends with Lionel Harris. What was that experience like for you?
It was one of my, say defining moments. That was one of them, because he is just a awesome man of God with, vocal pipes that no one can come close to.
Yeah.
But he would always teach us how to warm up before, we go out onto the stage. And we were an a cappella group, so we opened up for him, and then we would then transition into being his backup vocalist after opening for him as the a cappella group. So that in itself, singing a cappella, you've got to learn to blend with those around you, and he taught us stage presence. He says you never want to be a singing stick. Anybody can get up there and just sing, but you want to bring your audience in. You want to just have them envelop the sound that you are, ministering at
Yeah.
the time. You want to just have them be on your every word, just right there with you. And so that is something I learned from him, to use dynamics in my music, and just focus on every word so that they understand the meaning behind the song.
Awesome. Now, your music and ministry go hand in hand. How do you balance being both a worship leader and an artist?
Well, I've always said that worship is not a genre, it is a
Yeah,
lifestyle.
true.
So that is basically how I meld them together. It's my life. It is, I need to walk my talk. I need to talk, you know, I want to be real. I don't want to be phony. I don't want people to see me one way and then another time see me another way. I want them to know what you see is what you get, and hopefully it is shining forth the love and light of Jesus that people see that in me.
Great stuff, Renee. So let's talk about your new song called Come On In This House. This one seems very close to your heart. What inspires you to bring it to life?
Well, I grew up on this song. It was I wanted to do a Negro spiritual, so to speak, and this is one of those songs that the choir would march in from the back of the church on Sunday morning, and it was our call to worship, so to speak. And I just remember loving that song and singing it all the time. So I thought, what better way to open up this album than come on in this house?
Wow, that's really great stuff, Renee. You also mentioned this is a song you grew up singing in church. What does it mean to you now, revisiting it in this season of your life?
It brought back so many memories of me sitting on the lap and learning how to sing by just surrounding myself with those who loved to sing, who loved Jesus with all their heart, and they would tell me, honey, you got to sing with everything that is within you. And that is what I do now. I mean, I after a concert, I am absolutely wore out because I have sung from my feet to the top of my head,
Wow.
with everything I've got.
Yeah.
And I want to be just spent, say, for Jesus when I'm done with a concert. I want to have given 110%, and I want the people to leave having felt Jesus.
Really awesome stuff, Renee. Now, you've worked again with producer David T. Clydesdale and the Prague Philharmonic Orchestra. What was that experience like recording this powerful version?
Oh, man, it was amazing to be in that room with these artists and with David T. just directing and producing. There is nobody like him. He's won so many awards, but the most down-to-earth individual you will ever meet. He wants to have fun, and he himself puts everything into it when he's directing. He, like I said, when I'm done with a concert, I am spent. When he is done just directing one song, I mean, he's sweating. He is, he's put everything into it.
Yeah.
So it was just being in that room was amazing. It is really just hard to describe the sound that was in that room, but it was, and to know that this song was coming to life with a big orchestra was great, because
Yeah.
back in the day they didn't have all that. We had drums, piano, and organ, so
Yes.
it breathed life, new life into this old song.
It's really great stuff, Renee. So now, what do you hope listeners feel or experience when they hear Come On In This House for the first time?
You know what? I want them to be happy, be in the moment. If they maybe have grown up on this song, I want them to take the memory and take them back to the day when they were in the church, and maybe get back in the church if they've not been in church. Because the Bible tells us don't forsake the fellowship.
Yes.
And to be with others there's nothing like worshiping side by side with other Christians and just hearing that big sound and everybody singing together and praising the Lord together. It's nothing like it. So I want, when they hear this orchestra start up, and I'm telling you, we're going to have a good time, come on in this house. I want them to just feel like they're there.
That's really awesome stuff, Reneé. Really great stuff. So you also have a full life beyond music, from being a mom to your work in the community. How do those roles influence your artistry?
Well, I call it marketplace ministry. You know, I'm out singing in churches on the weekend, but my day-to-day, bring the paycheck home job is something that I love. I always tell people, if you don't love what you do, then you need to find some other job. And I love my job. I get up every day. I hit the floor running. I say, God, you and me got this day, and let me shine forth your love. Let people see you in me. And I think that is what grounds me and balances me, that I get to do a little bit of both. But I think we should all be ministers of the gospel wherever we're at. We need to be shining the light of Jesus in our workplace.
True. That's great stuff, Reneé. So what can the listeners look forward to next from you?
Well, you know, we'll probably release one more song off of this album, and after Come On In This House. And I really just, you know, want them to follow me. The Whole Day Hymn Lady, she's there every Wednesday. I'm singing a song unplugged, unrehearsed, and a cappella. And then, you know, people have said maybe they want me to do a Christmas album. So maybe that might be on the horizon. I don't know, you know, but we'll see.
That's really great stuff, Reneé. Just one more question before we close off with the interview. Where can the listeners find your music, especially Come On In This House, and also follow you online?
You can, number one, you can just Google Hump Day Hymn Lady and you're going to find me. But ReneeBasel.com is my website. I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm there at all of them. And then I'm also on Apple Tunes and Spotify and Amazon Music. You can find me on all those different venues.
Reneé, thank you so much. That's really been awesome. And once again, thank you so much for joining us again and sharing your journey and your heart with us. It's really awesome having you with us once again. And also to the listeners.
Thank you, Ryan.
You're most welcome. And also to the listeners, Come On In This House sounds like a powerful, joy-filled worship experience, and we are excited for everyone to hear it. So be sure to stream it on all major platforms.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.